What's up, guys? Welcome back again to your Halloween headquarters. Continuing our Halloween week, we've got a top 5 list for everyone's favorite Batman villain, the Joker. So without further ado, let's check out the list. So starting us off at number 5 for the Joker, we have the starter set Joker from Batman the Animated Series. I really like this guy because, of course, it's the classic animated series Joker for one, so of course he's going to be amazing. Alright, so we're going to take a look at his card, but I'm also going to mention real fast that all of these figures we're going to look through have very long wordy effects, so I'm going to try and just get through all of these real quick without talking too much about everything. So here we go. This one says that the Joker takes a maximum of 2 damage from an opponent's attack. When the Joker takes damage from an opponent's attack, after resolutions generate a standard light object named the Joker Bomb within 4 squares. At the beginning of your turn, heal the Joker 1 click if there are 1 or more unheld Joker Bomb objects on the map. He can't be healed any other way, protected Pulse Wave. And then he also has on his attack, when the Joker attacks, if the attack roll is doubles, modify damage by +3. So yeah. +3 to damage, +4 if you crit hit because it's damage dealt, not damage value. But this guy is just great because he can't take more than 2 damage from an attack, and he can potentially heal a click every turn. And yeah, pretty decent dial for 75 points. He's got some prob, some sidestep, and Batman enemy team ability there. Yeah, just a good all-around Joker. Hard to kill. Does some crazy stuff, like him a lot. So he's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have this awesome old school clown prince of crime right here. Check this guy out. I love the sculpt on him. You know, he's got the bed sheets tied together to get out, break out of the freaking Arkham Asylum. It's awesome. He has very long effects as well. He's 150 points. Interesting to note that he only has Gotham City keyword. He might have actually come out before Gotham City Underworld was its own keyword, I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, it would be nice if he had Gotham City Underworld or Arkham Asylum keywords or whatever. But anyway, he starts with this trait: before the Clown Prince of Crime is placed in a starting area, you have to roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, you get the crazy red starting line. On a 3 or 4, you get lunatic, the blue starting line. On a 5 or 6, you get maniacal, the yellow starting line. And then he's escaped again. The Clown Prince of Crime begins the game with 4 Arkham Asylum tokens. And then when the Clown Prince of Crime's dial is turned so that the Arkham Asylum symbol appears, he is removed from the map, and an Arkham Asylum token is given to the player who caused his dial to be turned. And if his own player caused it to be turned via pushing damage, then the player that last damaged him would get the Arkham Asylum token. If you still have at least 1 Arkham Asylum token at the beginning of your turn, you can place the Clown Prince of Crime in your starting area, and you would roll again to determine his starting line. When the last Arkham Asylum token is given away, you remove the Clown Prince of Crime from the game. So this guy can come back 4 times from that trait. And then he also says, at the end of the game, the players receive 75 victory points for each Arkham Asylum token they were given. Victory points are not awarded for his actual point value. So he's 150 points to play him, but you could potentially score 300 points off of him if you kill him 4 times, which is unlikely because this guy has literally 7-8 clicks of life on all 3 of those dials. It's pretty crazy. He has some pretty awesome special powers as well. Last Laugh, the Clown Prince of Crime, can use charge, and once per turn, when he moves via a power or move action, he can make a close attack against a target opposing character, and then after that attack resolves, he can continue his move, if any, and automatically breaks away, but can't attack the same target again this turn. So it's really cool that that combos with charge, because he can actually charge, hit somebody, and then keep moving and attack somebody else at the end of his charge. Kind of gives you a weird flurry in a sense, or a weird kind of hypersonic-y effect, but pretty cool. Jokerfish says that once per turn as a free action, he can put down a Jokerfish token, a special token, in an adjacent square, an unoccupied adjacent square. And then at the beginning of your turn, if an opposing character is in the same square as or adjacent to one of the Jokerfish tokens, you can deal 1 damage to each opposing character that is adjacent to or occupies the token, and then you remove it, and then also if he is removed from the map, then you just remove all the Jokerfish tokens. So pretty good way to deal a kind of poison-y effect. Pretty interesting. And then he also has the Killing Joke. He can use Outwit and Incapacitate. He can use Incapacitate normally, but only as a close combat action. Or he can target all adjacent opposing characters. If he does, modify the defense value of each target by +1 for each opposing character adjacent to him after the first. So kind of sucks that they get +1s to their defense, or +2 or +3 even. But, you know, he can potentially incapacitate a whole team if he's adjacent to them, and the Outwit is nice as well. And like I said, this dude literally has like 7 to 8 clicks of life for each of his different dials. You can see he's got some Flurry Poison, some Plasticity. His stats just kind of go up and down. There's the Arkham Asylum symbols, and it just goes on. Some Willpower, Perplex, some Mastermind, Blades, and then back to Willpower there. And then there's the Arkham symbol. Got some Running Shot, Mastermind on this one. Range Combat Expert. I mean, it's crazy. It goes from an 8 to a 12. Definitely jokery with the randomness, some exploit there, and then back to the first one. So yeah, crazy Joker. Super hard to actually get rid of. Does lots of fun stuff. Very themey, and awesome sculpt. So he's coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 for the Joker, we have the brand new one from JLU. If you guys haven't seen this guy already, he's super annoying to deal with. So for plus 20 points, he's got a special time bombs on the strip. During force construction, you may add 2 of the same Joker to your starting force on click number 1 that appears after the KO line, and they have a 0-point value for all effects, including scoring, but you don't have to reveal any of their point values until required. He also has, well, they all have this special that gives them Leap Climb, Plasticity, Sidestep, and Stealth. So Leap Climb to just get wherever they need to, Plasticity, also Sidestep, and Stealth is just such an annoying combo when they have super senses and shape change from the special, but we'll get to that. Then he also has this defense power that says stop when this click is first revealed. Deal 1 penetrating damage to all adjacent characters, then KO the Joker. Keep in mind that that's all adjacent, not just opposing. That'll hit your own characters too if they're adjacent to him. But yeah, so shape change from this special, and when he uses it and succeeds after resolutions, you may generate within range and line of fire another Joker on the click number 1 that appears after the KO, and have a 0-point value for all effects, including scoring. So just like the ones that he brings in, he just makes more of them, and they all have that shape change special. There you go. So they all have the same 2 first clicks with the Sidestep, Plasticity, Leap Climb, Stealth, Super Senses, Shape Change, Poison. It's just honestly too much. It's really freaking annoying to deal with a swarm of these guys, especially if they all start hitting a few shape changes, just generating more and more and more of them to have to deal with. It gets pretty crazy. And then Batman enemy team ability can be helpful as well. But yeah, these guys are just really good. And I've had to go against way too many of them, so they're coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Joker from The Joker's Wild, actually. This one is one of my favorites. I love the sculpt just from straight out of the Killing Joke there. Really well done. But let's take a look at what he can do. So he's got Traded Poison, and when he does use it, damage dealt to characters with a lower point value is penetrating. which is nice because he is 140 points, so a little expensive, but I do like this guy a lot. Another trait that gives him other characters can't use Precision Strike when attacking the Joker, so that's really nice. Not quite as good as it used to be, but that's mainly just because Precision Strike isn't quite as good as it used to be, but it's still really helpful to have. Then we also have a Stop Click, and he can use Mastermind, as well as a special that gives him Ranged Combat Expert with improved targeting through characters. And when the Joker hits with an attack, hit characters are each given up to 2 action tokens. So that's just any attack, not just necessarily this Ranged Combat Expert. So he starts off with Stealth, 6 range, 11 attack blades, 17 mastermind, 3 damage with that Ranged Combat Expert special. Indomitable's nice. Again, Batman enemy team ability there to share attack values. Yeah, I don't know, I just really like this guy. The stealth, I mean, you kind of have to use somebody maybe to carry him into position a little bit to make best use of that stealth. But the Ranged Combat Expert and the blades gives him pretty big damage potential. Mastermind will keep him safe, and used to be really nice because Precision Strike would ignore Mastermind as well, so that was really nice to have. But it does help when he gets super senses and toughness later still. And that Stop Click there at the end where he gets Mastermind and a 12 attack Precision Strike with the 4 damage Ranged Combat Expert is pretty crazy. And don't forget, this whole time he does have that poison that most likely will be penetrating. So I don't know, I really like this guy. Giving 2 action tokens as well whenever you hit is just super awesome. So he's coming in at number 2. And as always, before we get to our number 1 pick for the Joker, we've got a few honorable mentions for you guys. So over here we have the super rare Joker from Batman the Animated Series. So this guy gets to start the game with the Present equipped. The Present gives you free roll a d6. On a 1, you're no fun Batman. The Christmas present is KO'd. On a 2 through a 5, pie in the face. This turn, this character can use Incapacitate with a range value of 3 as free. And on a 6, drop the family off. Choose an opposing character within 6 squares and line of fire. That character can't be given actions except for move actions during its turn. If you get that 6, that's really bad. That's so rough if you can pull that off on someone. But even mostly just the 2 to 3 free incap is really nice to have. Hopefully you just don't roll a 1 with it. But then he also has Charge, Plasticity, and Sidestep on his movement power, as well as Outwit and Perplex. And when he uses them, he gets a minimum range value of 9. So that's awesome. 9 square Outwit and Perplex is great. And then there you can see his specials he starts with. Blades, some willpower. Goes into some poison, plasticity there. Pretty nice. Batman team ability. Only 75 points. So I do like this guy a lot. Pretty good up close, or just trying to keep him far away for the super far range Outwit and Perplex. And I gotta say, this is one of the best sculpts for a Joker, honestly. This was such an awesome episode. And if you guys can see, he's got that little hand puppet there with the face drawn on it. So cool. And he's got the freaking present that says, "To Batman." Love it. So awesome. But moving on, we have another Joker from Batman the Animated Series. This one is just a nice, cheap Joker if you need to fill the points there. Only 30 points. He's got Smoke Cloud and then free make a close attack targeting an opposing character occupying a square with his Smoke Cloud marker regardless of adjacency. And instead of normal damage, give the hit character an action token. So it's a little different than Incapacitate. If they already had 2, they would take a penetrating damage from Incapacitate. This is not Incapacitate, so if they already have 2, it's not going to do anything. But still, action tokening and smoke clouding is pretty nice. Some sidestep there with a 4 range, super senses and prob as well. Mainly, I really just like this guy for the prob and the sidestep for 30 points. As well as the Batman enemy team ability, doesn't hurt either. Then he goes into some plasticity, poison, willpower, and shape change. So, for 30 points, you can't ask for much more than that. He's very good tie-up piece with the smoke cloud giving the tokens and, supporting with the prob. Pretty awesome. But then the next one we have here is the Joker from the Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girl set, the title Joker. So he does generate these thugs here that have their actions don't count against their action total. This was actually right before autonomous was a thing. They were giving this trait out to so many tokens, they were like, you know what, autonomous. Make it a new symbol. But yeah, anyway, so if you guys don't know all the title character effects, feel free to pause it and read that if you need to. He starts with 3 plot points there. So starting us off here, they all have a negative effect if they're KO'd, title characters in general. And so basically his is that whenever he's KO'd, for the rest of the game, friendly characters have, at the beginning of your turn, deal 1 penetrating damage to each adjacent friendly character. So you can't have your characters adjacent too much, or else they're going to end up killing each other. +1's pretty nice for free, deal 1 damage to an adjacent opposing character. It's kind of like poison, but better, because you can move. Then he also has -1, pick a card, free, roll a d6 on a 1 to 2, move all adjacent opposing characters up to 2 squares, and they automatically break away. On a 3 to 4, give all adjacent opposing characters an action token, which is awesome. And then on a 5 or 6, deal each adjacent opposing character penetrating damage equal to the number of action tokens on them. So that's nice. And then on a -6, you can get the thugs, which free, roll a d6, generate a number of Joker thugs, bystanders, equal to the result, minimum 2 in squares within 3 squares. Potentially generate 6 of these dudes would be pretty bad for your opponent. Anyway, yeah, only 75 points, pretty good. You got some charge, combat reflexes, and outwit there. And then, you know, pretty decent length with the dial. Get some mastermind and some prob. Pretty good Joker all around. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to our number 1 pick for the Joker. And breaking his way out of Arkham Asylum just to make it to number 1 on our list is, of course, the Joker from The Joker's Wild. The Ha-Ha Joker, as most people call him, from all the ha-ha-ha-ha-has behind him there. Of course, just like that classic image of him. Pretty cool looking. Honestly, pretty well done on the sculpt. Now this guy has been errated, so I'll make sure to let you guys know when and where the difference is. It's mostly the same still, though. So basically, this guy, when building your force, he costs only 10 points for each escape token you place on this card. Minimum 3, maximum 5, so he's going to be 30 to 50 points. When the Joker heals or takes damage, remove 1 escape token from this card for each green or red line crossed. When there are no escape tokens on this card, KO the Joker. And at the end of the game, if the Joker is KO'd, your opponent scores no points for the Joker and instead scores 10 points for each escape token that was removed. So I think this guy got a lot of inspiration from the Clown Prince of Crime, kind of the same thing going on, but way less points. So then the next one, at the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6. Actually, that's where the errata was. You can't, there's no may anymore. You have to roll the d6. So at the beginning of your turn, you roll a d6 and have the result. When you do, either heal or damage the Joker that many clicks, and he can heal past his starting line. And then they also added that he can't be the target of Mastermind. You can't transfer the attacks to him with Mastermind, which is great because this guy has a ridiculous amount of health for the points. But yeah, so just be careful. You might have to accidentally heal or damage him past one of his lines and give your opponent 10 points. Not really a big deal though. You only roll for half. You only go half of the roll, so it's not usually going to come up. But yeah, then the Joker can use Sidestep and Super Senses traded. Of course, that's 2 really powerful abilities. And then he's Indomitable because he totally needs that. 4 range, starts with stealth and outwit, but will most likely have to damage himself before he really gets to use the outwit. So yeah, you're just going to end up anywhere in here at any given time. You never know. That's probably the best thing about this Joker. It is literally the most random Joker, and it is way too hard to actually kill him. So I wouldn't recommend trying. This is definitely one of the figures that once you see it across the table from you, you kind of just leave him alone. Because, I mean, look at all that health. He's got 12 straight clicks of health. So if you damage him past the red line, you'll get 10 points. Or if he accidentally heals up past either of these lines, he will give you 10 points. But the fact that he could potentially damage himself here, then you might hit him a couple clicks, right? Not quite close enough, then he might heal up 3 more. You know, it gets pretty ridiculous. And he's got traded super senses the whole time and sidestep. So, yeah. Anyway, best Joker, 10 out of 10. Definitely worth 30 to 50 points, even after the errata. Still amazing. So, that's going to do it for our top 5 Jokers. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this top 5 list. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any more awesome videos. And let me know in the comments what your favorite Jokers are and who else we should do in a future top 5 video. And of course, a big thank you to this month's Patreon patrons. They've been a huge help, and if you guys would like to help support the channel, make sure to check out the link in the description below. And yeah, you guys can check it out. There's a bunch of awesome things, as well as just having your name here in the credits, and a big thank you. So that's going to do it for today, though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.